Would you like to become undisputed again, though, at 154?
Of course, but it's about fighting the best fights and making the most money at this point in my life and career. So fighting, Rob Mendoza or Tszyu, who got an Australian fan base, it's just not as satisfying to me sometimes.
Translation: Jermell Charlo is telling us, I'm about to be stripped again. The IBF has ordered an overdue mandatory title defense. Number one contender, Bakram Murtazilov. Bakram is a big super welterweight with a big punch. His current record is 21-0 with 15 knockouts. And Bakram has 2 strikes against him. The first strike is he's not well known. The second strike is he's very dangerous. And Jermell Charlo is not going to take that fight. You heard him at the beginning. He's out for the money now. He wants only big fights in his career. But if you want big fights in your career, why did you have a performance like you did against Canelo? And for me, to rebuild his career or rebuild a reputation of the Charlo as being Lions only instead of Cubs only, he's going to have to take fights like this. I mean, you said you want to finish off your career. Well, you said you're at the stage of your career, you want only big fights. Bro, right now, a lot of people, a lot of boxing fans are not interested in you facing Crawford after you ran 12 rounds from Canelo. Maybe a fight against Bakram or a fight against Tszyu or a Brian Mendoza will put you back on track. Because right now, there is no big fights out there for Jermell Charlo. No fan is interested right now in paying another $85 for another Cubs-only production. I believe Jermell Charlo has to beat one of those 3 to be back on track for another payday. But that's just my opinion.
But I just think that the power is not there anymore, at 150. But look at this guy at 154, he had a lot of opportunities to finish him. But Charlo, was there, and he never really got hurt. Yes, he dropped him, but it was a flash knockout. He got up, no problem, and Canelo couldn't finish him.
Those were the comments of Jose Benavidez Sr. He feels like a lot of people, a lot of Canelo detractors are saying that Canelo should have knocked out Jermell Charlo. And now they're questioning, does he still have the power to knock out legit 168-pounders, because he couldn't even knock out Jermell Charlo, who's really a 154-pounder. These are the things they are saying. Canelo last knockout was in 2021 against Caleb Plant 4 fights ago. And I think that's when Canelo suffered that wrist injury, right? He had a broken wrist or something. He had to get surgery on his wrist. But before he got surgery on his wrist, he took on Bivol, and his power was non-existent in that fight. And he also fought Triple G, which he dominated Triple G all 12 rounds. But what people were criticizing Canelo about is he should have knocked out Triple G, because it was very obvious Triple G did not have anything left. Then after the Triple G fight, he comes back from surgery. He has rehabilitated and he's ready to go. He fights John Ryder. People criticize him for not knocking out John Ryder. They question Canelo's power in that fight. They don't realize John Ryder has been stopped once at 160, and that's because he was weight drained. He's never been stopped at 168. John Ryder's a tough dude. Plus, Canelo is coming back from surgery. And then he gets in with a Jermell Charlo who wants to run all night. So, to me, I don't know if Canelo lost his power or not. The only way we're going to find out is if he fights a guy like David Benavidez, who has 2 left feet and he blocks punches with his face. In other words, Canelo needs an opponent that's willing to fight with him. And Jermell wasn't willing to walk through that fire. So I have to disagree with Tim Bradley, Jose Benavidez Sr. respectfully. I don't think Canelo has lost his power. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beasley, I'm gone.